Here's an update on the best meme coin opportunity in the market right now, which is COCORO. And I just bought more of this down here as it's come towards this trend line now. I've chucked in another bag. And also I bought a little bit of this. So this is COCORO on base. Now, this one looks not nearly as good as the other one, right? The team and the community isn't there the same. And it's on base, which is smaller than Ethereum. It's better if it's on Ethereum, the main Ethereum, because it's much bigger, right? There's way more money flowing through the main Ethereum chain than there is on base. So more money can end up in the coin. But also this project just doesn't look as good as the Ethereum one. The only thing that this one does have, so right here it has the intellectual property rights licensed by the owner of the Dogecoin dog, right, apparently. So they've got the intellectual property rights. But it doesn't really mean much. It doesn't mean anything about the coin itself. All it means is that they got there first. If the COCORO on Ethereum got to it first, then they would have got the intellectual property rights, but these guys just beat them to it. But everything else about this project looks not even nearly as good as the one on Ethereum. But I bought a little bit of this just in case this one does get listed on all the exchanges, right? Because this one's listed on much more exchanges than the Ethereum one, just because it's got the intellectual property rights. So it obviously got the exchange listings first. So just in case this one randomly gets listed on Binance, I bought a little bit of this one, right? I do not believe in this one, but I just bought a little bit of it just in case if it does get listed on Binance or something and it has a massive pump, then I'm not going to get pissed off, okay? Because at least I've made something out of it. So I bought a little bit of this one. But yeah, other than that, this project doesn't look even close to as good as the Ethereum token, okay? But I was looking at Turbo. So Turbo back here at the start, right? This is the all-time Turbo chart. But if I zoom into the start, Turbo did actually have like a massive pump at the start and then a dump. And then it went sideways at the bottom for ages and still it started picking up some steam. Okay, and then obviously it got listed on the big exchanges and had some mega pumps. With this one, COCORO, this chart could be something similar to that, right? So again, I just bought a little bit of it, just in case this one is the one that suddenly takes off out of nowhere. You never know. But so far, this chart looks way better. It's got a much more active community and a team that's actually doing stuff and actually working on the project, right? Which is the main thing. That's what the exchanges want, and that's what makes the project grow. It's not just the intellectual property rights, right? But yeah, these are the only two COCOROs. There's also a Solana one, but that's a complete scam. But these are the only two COCOROs that are in existence, and this narrative is obviously bullish AF, and I believe this has potential to go into the up in the list on CoinMarketCap. So this is the meme category on CoinMarketCap, right? We've obviously got Pepe, SHIBA, Dogecoin, and all of these at the top, okay? I think that COCORO can be down here somewhere, maybe along with Brett, Mogcoin, Popcat. These are all like 200 million, 300 million, you know, Turbo's 250 million. And if we get a big leg up in the bull run, then these are going to be higher, right? These aren't going to be this price anymore. They're going to be like $1 billion market cap or so. So I think COCORO can beat up here next to these guys, okay? Just based on the narrative. It's based on an actual real world dog that's directly correlated to Dogecoin, okay? It's the dog owned by the same owner that owned the Dogecoin dog. So this is just the most obvious narrative, right? This is why I've gone so heavy into it. Because all of these other meme coins, they're just not as obvious narratives, right? Like this one, it's just based on a real life thing. It's just such an obvious narrative that can take off. Whereas you look at some other ones, right? There's this one, Zeus, right? Which is Pepe's dog, okay? This one's been doing pretty well on Dex Screener lately. I wouldn't want to go too heavy into this because it's just Pepe's dog, right? It's not based on a real thing. Like obviously there's so many meme coins. You got Pepe, you got Brett, you got Lambwolf, you got Andy, you got all of other Pepe's friends, you've got other Matt Fury characters like Hoppy and Mystery and all of their friends. And now you got Pepe's dog. It's just ridiculous. There's so many of them, right? So there's no guarantee that this one's going to stick around, right? Obviously there's no guarantee with COCORO either, but the chance is way higher because it's actually based on a real dog in real life, and the narrative is just much better than Pepe's dog, right? Who's a fictional meme character. Again, this one could do really well, it could, but in my opinion, it's much riskier than COCORO, right? Because the narrative is just such a good narrative, and the chart for this right now is super healthy. Okay, it's just holding this trend line, just going straight up and to the right. Okay, up, down, up, down, up, down. Volatile, like as most of these meme coins are, or all of these low market cap meme coins are. It's holding this trend line, it's holding the previous all-time high back here. See, it's holding above there, which is perfect. This is going to look beautiful. If this bounces from here right now, that is going to look just beautiful. That's going to be a perfect looking chart, right? Obviously, maybe it could come lower, but if it bounces from here, that's going to be looking great, right? Hopefully, we can get back up above this blue box here and kind of consolidate above these areas. And then we can start looking at a launch into higher prices. Because all of this sell off here is just early whales that bought back here, right? All of this is just early whales. They're just taking profits basically, right? They're up a lot from down here. So obviously there's a lot of whales here now that can take profits. And then obviously when newer investors that bought up here, like me, or well, I was buying here, then you know you get panic sellers after the whales take profits. You get panic sellers, and then it makes more of a capitulation, right? And the price drops further and faster. But then normally it bounces back. Once all the paper hands are out, all the weak holders are out, then the price can bounce back, right? And we're kind of seeing this now, okay? So we look over here, the buys, there's way more buys than there is sells on here, right? The buy and sell volume is kind of equal now at this point. And yeah, there's just way more buyers than there is sellers, okay? And there seems to be a lot of volume going on over on L Bank. Okay, look, there's trading happening here. There's stuff going on. It's not just stagnant. Not really much going on Mexi, but that's because this is only on the assessment zone on Mexi, right? It's not actually in the main listing. It's not actually in the main listing department yet. Okay, so over here it says countdown 8 days. So we've got 8 days, and then this is probably going to get put into the main area of Mexi. Okay, and that will increase the volume, and it will increase eyes on COCORO, and then probably other exchanges are going to start listing it once they see all of the volume, all of the active volume going on. The other exchanges are going to be more incentivized to list it because they want to get in on the action. They want some of the fees that come with all the volume, right? And I think this is just going to be massively undervalued when we look back on this in a few months' time. This is going to be massively undervalued, right? Because it's only 15 million market cap right now. That's only because it's not on any exchanges yet, right? It's only on L Bank and Mexi assessment zone, right? I think it might be on Weeks as well, or WEX. But yeah, it's not on many exchanges, right? So this is super early. And like I said earlier, I think this can go higher on the list of meme coins. It belongs next to some of these other meme coins like Popcat and Turbo. It could easily get up there, I believe. And obviously Neiro as well, which is the sister dog to this dog, basically. So yeah, once this starts getting on all the exchanges, right? Once it starts it's going to get... the exchanges are probably going to start listing this as Bitcoin has another leg higher, right? So Bitcoin right now is just hovering at the all-time highs pretty much. And I believe we're pretty much just gearing up for another leg higher. Obviously, we've got this stuff with the World War III potentially happening and stuff like that, the war stuff. I haven't followed it too closely, but we've got that FUD going on, right? So the market's pretty indecisive right now. So obviously, if we get some big wars or something, this could affect the price negatively on Bitcoin. But I'm thinking it's just going to blow over and Bitcoin's going to continue higher, right? And I think we're going to get a leg higher into the end of the year this year. And as Bitcoin legs up, we're going to get more exchanges for this, right? We're going to get tier 2 exchanges and tier 3 exchanges. They're going to be listing more and more, and then hopefully by the end of the year, when Bitcoin's potentially at an all-time high, maybe 150,000 or maybe more, maybe less, hopefully we can get some bigger exchanges for this, like Binance and Coinbase, maybe. And if this happens when Bitcoin's obviously on a massive leg up towards new highs, then that's going to be ideal for this, right? This can go crazy if we get all the exchange listings along with Bitcoin going into the massive highs, right? Then this can explode. And this is the ideal scenario that we want from this, right? So yeah, there's just so many catalysts. There's so many exchange listing catalysts ahead for this coin. And I believe it's going to get them. Even if it doesn't necessarily get on Binance and Coinbase, I believe it's at least going to get like all of the tier 2 exchanges. And then maybe, hopefully, Binance and Coinbase and everything as well. But it can at least get like all of the tier 2s like Gate and KuCoin and all those. I believe it can definitely get those at least. And I believe this has a chance to get them for sure because it's got a very active team and an active community. They're actually working on this project, right? They're doing charity here with the same company that the Dogecoin dog owner adopted Dogecoin from, or the Dogecoin dog from. You know, they're posting on X every day. This here, look, COCORO is interested in Binance Alphas. They're trying to get on Binance Alphas. And the HTX community have been putting COCORO on their posts. So right here, COCORO was just there. Down here they've got COCORO on their diamond hand right here, and again here in the corner. And also the mountain itself is a SHIBA INU dog, so I don't know if that's another sign that relates to it or not. Again here, okay, and also on the main HTX page they post pictures of black SHIBA INUs as well. So it's looking like an HTX listing is probably going to come soon, right? So this is actually a pretty good exchange. This is probably a tier 2 exchange, or an upper tier 2 exchange maybe. I'd probably class it as an upper tier 2 or a lower tier 1. Okay, it's a pretty good one. But obviously it's not as good as Binance or Coinbase. But yeah, this is looking like a great meme coin to ride out for the rest of the bull run, right? If you believe the bull run's going to continue and Bitcoin's going to go higher, as I do, then this is definitely a really good meme coin to be riding. The reason I sold all of my other meme coins and my other altcoins for this is because most of them are performing like shit, right? And I come into crypto to make a bunch of money and to change my life for the better, right? So if I'm going to take the risk, why am I going to put my money into larger cap coins that are performing like shit anyway? Why put my money there when I can go for a lower cap coin that I actually feel confident about and there's actually a potential to make life-changing gains, right? Because in some of these larger cap coins, yes, you can make life-changing gains if there's a massive bull run and a massive altcoin season, right? But at this point, with the amount of coins in the market and the way the market's been behaving lately, it leads me to believe that the altcoin season might not be that massive, right? And if it is, it's just going to be spread out across loads of different coins. So at least if you buy a low market cap coin that doesn't have exchange listings yet, and it's very early, then you can actually get the huge upside, right? And you don't need some insane bull run like similar to what we had in 2021, right? We don't need that. If I buy this, I don't need that. And if that does happen, then this could go even more crazy. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing now, I think. I'm going to be looking for low cap coins. I'm not going to bother with the high cap coins. And then at the end of the bull run, once I've hopefully made a lot of money, then I'm probably going to start buying Bitcoin, okay? And I'll just stack Bitcoin as my hedge, and then I'm going to look at the low caps. Or the small micro caps for the outsized gains. That's what I'll do from now on. So I'll buy Bitcoin and the low caps, and also maybe a little bit of leverage trading, because this is where the money is now, right? Everybody now at this point, they know that if a coin runs up to a high market cap, they know that most of the gains are gone. So people stop buying it. People have learned, right? They've learned this from the previous bull run. Things went really high, but now way more people know that once something runs really high like that, they know that they should probably sell, right? People have clocked onto this. So you have to get in a little bit earlier, okay? Unless you just want to hold something for the long term, right? Like for example with Casper. Like Casper's a great project, okay? It's got like some of the best technology, and in the long term this could be one of the biggest coins, okay? And it could do crazy gains if you want to hold for the long term. For like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. This could be a good one. But at the end of the day, all of crypto is risky, right? So I figure if I'm going to be taking the risk, I might as well be taking the risk for larger, shorter term gains, right? Why am I going to take the risk and then wait such a long time when I don't need to? And also the thing is that when we get a leg up and the market goes bullish, what happens is everybody piles into meme coins, because those are the ones that explode because they come from such low market caps, like COCORO, which is a 15 million market cap. Like this one can explode a lot, and then because it explodes a lot, like when we see an explosion up here, when you see a big line like that just straight up, this causes more FOMO, right? So when we get more retail come in, when Bitcoin makes a leg higher, more retail comes in the market, right? And people FOMO into these because they see them shooting up like crazy. And this one, if this one's not on the exchanges now, if this one gets listed on exchanges and then retail comes into the market and then they FOMO into this, you know, this can skyrocket. So this is what's been happening with the meme coins. Like we saw the meme coin season in 2024. This is basically what happens, right? Retail comes in and they FOMO into the small market cap meme coins because they pump so hard, and the FOMO just attracts everybody, and nobody gives a shit about these legit altcoin projects, a lot of them, because for one, nobody even understands them, and for two, everybody just comes here for the money. So they see a meme coin chart pump, everybody just jumps in and FOMOs into the meme coin. They don't care, they just want the money. And again, yeah, they don't even understand the technology, most people, right? Especially normies coming in. So yeah, this is mainly my strategy now. I'm going to be looking for early projects that still have a lot of upcoming catalysts ahead of them, and then maybe I'll do a little bit of leverage trading. If we get a mega bull run and all of the other altcoins start taking off, then maybe I'll just hop in on leverage in order to catch some of those runs. So yeah, right now I'm pretty much just focused on COCORO because I think it's a really good meme coin. Loads of upside potential left on it, and I'm going to be looking for other low cap early stage projects too. I'm going to keep my eyes peeled, but right now I'm mainly focused on this one because this just stands out to me as the best meme coin right now to be buying. So yeah, stay tuned for updates. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.